Is it possible for a steakhouse Caesar salad to be better than the steaks themselves? According to some customers, the answer is yes. You won't believe where you'll find the best of the best. LongHorn Steakhouse doesn't need much introduction. Just ask Nick Offerman.
What? Like I'm gonna trust you guys to make me a decent last meal?
Ooh, steak.
This chain has been dishing out juicy steaks since 1981. What started as a single restaurant in Atlanta, Georgia, is now a national chain with hundreds of outlets nationwide. While grilled steaks are obviously a highlight of every visit, don't miss out on the rest of the menu that features steakhouse classics and signature dishes. Of course, LongHorn Caesar salad is a staple, which consists of hand-chopped romaine combined with a Caesar dressing and finished classically with croutons and Parmesan shavings. The salad looks like a classic Caesar with relatively uniform pieces of romaine that are generally crisp and fresh. The restaurant doesn't skimp on croutons, which have a good bite and decent size, but are not seasoned. The dressing is the biggest problem, as it's a classic chain restaurant version that doesn't resemble the authentic version. Despite its name, Outback Steakhouse is an all-American steakhouse empire inspired by the Australian backcountry. The first Outback opened in 1988 in Tampa, Florida, and has since grown into a national steakhouse chain with several international outlets. At Outback, you don't want to miss the legendary bread or the steaks, but salads and sides are also worth mentioning. Along with other classic steakhouse salads, the menu includes a romaine-based Caesar side salad garnished with a classic dressing and topped with homemade croutons. The dressing is solid, but the romaine could be better. The same goes for the cheese. However, where Outback's take on the Caesar really falls flat is the croutons, which is interesting considering they're made in-house. One TikTok review claims that they taste store-bought, which is not something you want to experience at a steakhouse. The amount is also questionable, as is the fact that they are often mixed with the rest of the salad. For some, this would be a severe offense, but if you like your croutons to soak up some of the dressing, you'll be appreciative of this approach. Established in 1993, Texas Roadhouse prides itself on high-quality hand-cut steaks and barbecue ribs that take 3 days to prepare to attain that signature tender texture. Besides meat, there is a pretty good selection of sides and salads, and the chain naturally serves Caesar as the ultimate salad classic. Texas Roadhouse uses romaine hearts for its base and tops it with Parmesan, house-made croutons, and specialty dressing. It seems that the biggest problem with this salad is in the croutons. Less than ideal reviews have mentioned a severe lack of croutons, while others have cited an overdose of dressing. On the other hand, though, plenty of reviews have been quite positive and mention healthy heaps of croutons. So, as it often goes with restaurant chains, the overall quality of the salad probably depends on who's working that day and how they're feeling. Fleming started as a joint business endeavor by two entrepreneurs in love with steakhouse tradition who wanted to provide the ultimate dining experience with expert wine pairings and professional service. Though it is now one of the largest American steakhouse chains, Fleming's began in 1998 with a single outlet in Newport Beach, California. This is a steakhouse chain that cherishes the classic steakhouse heritage, but blends it with contemporary traditions and innovations. The menu reflects the philosophy with a mix of standard steakhouse items and some creative additions. One of the items falling in the classic group is the Caesar salad, which gets the surprising savory addition. The menu describes it as romaine, Parmesan, fried capers, crispy prosciutto. While romaine and Parmesan are standard, capers and prosciutto, the Italian-style ham, add the unexpected twist.
Didn't see that coming.
Though not stated on the menu, it's seasoned with a dressing that one customer describes as plentiful, though there are some complaints about it being soggy. In an Instagram review, the salad is complimented for its size and how it has lots of texture. So while this is a generally well-executed salad and a good choice for those who like a touch of creativity, it has some flaws, and it might not be the best fit for those who want the old-school version. The Capital Grille is not a regular steakhouse chain. The emphasis here is on all-inclusive stellar service and a fine dining philosophy. Restaurants feature an elegant setting accentuated by dark wood decor and dim lights. Special attention is put into the freshness, the quality of ingredients, and impeccable preparation. Naturally, dry-aged steaks rule the menu, but Caesar salad is one of the highlights. Capital's version has a very straightforward description, and the menu does not reveal much. The only information is that it is topped with crispy croutons flavored with Italian grana padano. Reviews of the salad are generally quite positive, with some even claiming that the salad is better than the steaks.
I don't believe you.
After hearing such a bold statement, you kind of just have to stop in and try it. Ruth's Chris Steakhouse is an upscale restaurant chain that was started by Ruth Fertel in 1965. Ruth was a pioneer in the business who risked everything to buy an old-school New Orleans steakhouse that she would later transform into one of the most successful steakhouse businesses in the country. Initially called Chris Steakhouse, the restaurant got its current name when Ruth had to move to a different location and could not use the name of the previous owner. In the 1970s, Ruth's opened the second location, and the rest was history. Along with the numerous U.S. locations, the chain now operates internationally. Ruth's is lauded for its prime steaks, but the menu hides other house specialties. The salad section features familiar steakhouse names, including a classic Caesar version that's sprinkled with both Parmesan and Romano cheese. The dressing is traditional and made in-house. The reviews are mostly favorable, with one Instagram review claiming it's worthy of being the main course. For such a simple salad, this is especially high praise. St. Elmo is an iconic American steakhouse. This legendary institution has been in business since 1902 and is still located at its original location in downtown Indianapolis. St. Elmo has everything you expect from a classic steakhouse. Though people flock to St. Elmo for its prime steaks, fresh seafood, and legendary cocktail shrimp, it seems that Caesar salad should be added to the regular order. Caesar salad at St. Elmo is a classic romaine topped with authentic Parmigiano Reggiano and herb croutons. On Yelp, one patron states it's the best they had, while a review on TripAdvisor describes it as simply wonderful and delicious. If you ask us, when a reviewer takes the time to comment on such a straightforward side dish in such a way, it's reason enough to stop in and see for yourself why it was worth mentioning.
I have to see this.
It doesn't get more classic than Mr. Paul's Chop House. Located in Roseville, Michigan, this is a true local gem that has been dishing out prime steaks and fresh seafood specials since 1968. The restaurant is still operated as a family business, and tradition is preserved in the decor and the menu, which features a classic steakhouse selection where steak and chops reign supreme, but get a perfect complement from house specials. The lunch menu has the classic Caesar salad with an optional addition of grilled chicken. The dinner menu carries the signature Caesar salad that includes chicken, broiled salmon, or shrimp as the optional add-ons. At Mr. Paul's Chop House, Caesar salad is made properly. It's prepared tableside, which means that you'll get the freshest possible version that will have enough dressing but keeps the leaves juicy and crisp. Though the dinner version comes with a high price tag, starting at $16.95, it does deliver more than a simplified version with regular romaine dressed up in bland dressing. One customer describes it as perfect, while another patron praises the cold plate method, which keeps the salad juicy and crisp. This is undoubtedly one of the must-have Caesar salads at a steakhouse. Delmonico's is a legendary name in the restaurant business. This NYC landmark is home to one of the most iconic American dishes and is often labeled as the oldest fine dining establishment in the country. First opened in 1837, this historical location has hosted everyone who is anyone and set the standard for all fine dining restaurants that came after. After temporarily shutting down due to the COVID pandemic and a subsequent battle over trademark rights, Delmonico's reopened in September 2023. It seems to be in great shape with a refreshed approach that preserves tradition but adds an original contemporary twist. Caesar still graces the menu but gets a much welcomed upgrade. Made with extra tender romaine variety and chives, the salad is elevated with an Asian-inspired dressing. Though not much time has passed since the reopening, the reviews are in, and this upgraded Caesar salad got very flattering ratings, to say the least. One customer took to Instagram to call it the best Caesar salad they ever had, while another happy patron went so far as to call it a Caesar salad on steroids and a flavor explosion. Bern Steakhouse is a family-operated business whose story started in 1956 as a humble eatery owned and operated by Bern and Gert Laxer. The unassuming joint soon expanded into a full-fledged restaurant that now stands as the iconic location for some of the best steaks and seafood in Tampa. The menu carries various delights, such as a fantastic caviar selection, but mostly stays on the classic side. Bern Caesar comes as a regular house-made salad, but you can also opt for the grand tableside preparation. The Yelp reviews are overwhelmingly positive, with some customers claiming that it stands above all other Caesars they've sampled. Naturally, tableside Caesar is the ultimate version, but you'll have to pay extra for this. The upside is that the $30 price is set for a larger portion that serves two. Totally worth it if you ask us. Miller & Lux is a high-end steakhouse that provides the ultimate fine dining experience. Established and run by Food Network alumni Tyler Florence, this exclusive steakhouse was long awaited and finally opened in 2021. Florence wanted to give a nod to the old-school steakhouse culture when dining out was a feast for all senses. Some dishes come served on carts, including Caesar salad, and are finished tableside. As you'd expect, a fine dining and Michelin-recommended location such as Miller & Lux serves an outstanding version of Caesar salad. The menu reveals an impressive selection of ingredients, including hand-harvested lettuce. Yelp reviews praise this tableside technique, with some guests calling it genuinely fantastic and the highlight. On the other hand, a TripAdvisor review criticizes the experience, claiming that it was more spectacle than substance. But hey, it's a salad, so who knows what this particular customer was expecting.
Impossible to please.
This iconic steakhouse was brought to life by Paul McKay, who wanted to honor the original El Gaucho, where he spent some time learning and perfecting his skill. El Gaucho is an upscale, fine dining establishment featuring elegant decor and intimate atmosphere. The menu is creative and varied, but includes all the steakhouse classics. El Gaucho still treasures tableside preparation as a beautiful nudge to tradition, and this includes the Caesar salad, of course. Though there are some less raving reviews, most compliment the salad, with one customer claiming it is to die for. One Reddit user recommends the Seattle location as having the best Caesar rendition in town. The recommendation is supported by another happy customer who confirms that the price is slightly steep, but that the flavor and portion size make up for it. Caesar salad at El Gaucho definitely ranks high, and the chain gets additional points for multiple locations, making the salad more accessible. Twisted Tree in St. Louis is a relative novice in the steakhouse realm, being that it was opened in 2016, but it quickly built a reputation on perfectly executed dishes and an unpretentious but professional approach. This is a go-to location for exceptional steaks and chops, but the entire menu gets a lot of praise, including the house-made Caesar salad. It's finished tableside and comes in a cold metal dish that helps to keep it fresh. It's commonly referenced in reviews as one of the menu's highlights and is generally praised for flavor, texture, and freshness. Comments on OpenTable include attributes such as expertly prepared and best we had. Perhaps the most convincing argument comes from a satisfied patron who claims that the Caesar salad alone is worth coming back for just on its own. Judging by these reviews, their version of this classic salad will have you banging on the doors before the place is even open. Golden Steer is a legendary, long-standing Las Vegas institution. It's the oldest steakhouse in the city and an obligatory stop for Hollywood royalty. The vintage decor reflected in leather booths, dark wood, and retro fixtures creates a warming and cozy ambiance, and the same classic vibe dominates the menu. Along with steaks and seafood, you can enjoy old-school starters and several Italian specials made to honor revered restaurant regulars. As this is a place devoted to tradition, Caesar is one of the must-haves, and Golden Steer makes the finest version you will find. On Yelp, customers say it is a must and that it lived up to the hype. Reviews on OpenTable are much the same. The patrons are mostly delighted by the salad and the presentation, saying it is the highlight of the meal, which is a pretty bold statement at a steakhouse restaurant. Needless to say, this is the ultimate Caesar salad at a steakhouse. It has the theatrical tableside element, and you know that the salad will deliver in the flavor department if the dressing is mixed at the spot. As Caesar salad is one of the signature dishes at Golden Steer, you can be sure that they do not treat it merely as a simple side salad, and you can trust that it will always be exceptional.